Welcome to the Pandemic Pickers vlog, where we will showcase a different vintage clothing store throughout the country each week. On today's pilot episode, we are going to a brand new shop that is soon to become a household name in the vintage scene, B-Sides Vintage in Millvale, PA, an up-and-coming neighborhood in the Pittsburgh area. Over the years, I've seen many businesses at 214 Grant Avenue come and go, but I believe B-Sides is here to stay. Going to a vintage store is not just shopping for clothes, it's an experience, and that's exactly what you get when you go to B-Sides. Even if you don't end up buying anything, and I wish you the best of luck not spending all of your money in this shop, you'll still enjoy the experience of a warm, welcoming, and very chill environment. Just make sure you wear a mask. B-Sides is open 5 days a week from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, and noon to 5 on Sunday. On the days the shop is closed, B-Sides is working hard behind the scenes to get fresh new threads into the store. Take it from me, I was there on Wednesday when the clock struck noon, and B-Sides has a haul of goodies that have just hit the racks. From starter jackets to t-shirts, hats, crew necks, and more, B-Sides has everything you could possibly ask for out of a vintage shop. The style of B-Sides product varies from sports to music to TV shows to beer and cigarette brands to stuff your mom and dad wore when they were cool. If funds are tight, they have a $5 rack in the back as well as a couch to relax on. Most of the hats are less than $10 unless it's something extraordinary. There's always good music playing in the shop, and whenever you feel you've seen everything there is to see in the store, something else is bound to catch your eye. From the clothing to the music to the posters and toys that decorate the store, you will never have a dull moment at B-Sides. If you live in Pittsburgh or find yourself in the area, nothing about B-Sides is Plan B. This shop is a must-visit destination. There are also plenty of bars and restaurants in the area to drink a cold beer and eat a hot meal after some good old-fashioned retail therapy at B-Sides. Anyway, that's enough from me. Now, without further ado, let's hear from the owner of B-Sides himself, Alec Munson, and his story about starting a business during the pandemic and the adversity that he has had to overcome in doing so. Take it away, Alec.
My name is Alec Munson. I own B-Sides Vintage in Millvale in Pittsburgh. And I opened up June 1st, 2020. So originally I was supposed to open April 1st, and obviously the world shut down and that all got pushed back. And the biggest challenge really has been getting my hands on the product to keep the store full, because I think thrift stores and other, just people in general, they're getting ready to close, are going through like a more rigorous sanitation process, so not as much product is available, and people feeling comfortable to go out. So it's getting the product, getting people in store, are the two biggest challenges. So I've been into vintage pretty much my whole life. I've grown up in thrift stores and flea markets. I think I was probably like 6 or 7 years old when I started going to thrifts. I've been selling I've been a vintage seller for probably 5 to 6 years, but I think of myself as a collector first anyway, so that's just been my entire life. That's how I grew up. Getting product has changed, not crazily, but it's definitely different. There's time limits on how long you can be in a thrift store, because there are a couple stores that where I do a lot of wholesale buying, where I'll spend 6-7 hours a day inside, and now you can only spend 2. So about a month ago, there was a little COVID scare here at the store where somebody came in after traveling, didn't tell me that they were traveling. We admittedly got a little lax with our masks. Then the next day I get a message saying that he had tested positive. So I started panicking. I wanted to be responsible, so I went into quarantine. I had to close the store for like 6 or 7 days. So I lost like a lot of money, which was really tough. But yeah, it's very frightening, and it definitely made me take the virus more serious. Although I was taking it serious before, but now it's a lot of sanitizing. There's no questions asked. There's no rule bending on the masks. And it was freaky, and it affected me a lot. I lost a lot of time going out to get product, and I lost a lot of time selling product. So that was a tough part. Yeah, that was a tough one. Following the scare, I spent the whole time obviously not going out or doing anything. So I was doing a lot of online shopping, getting stuff in. So I had a lot of good stuff coming in, And then my first day back, I offered 20% off for the whole store just to get people back in. Didn't want them to forget about me. And yeah, hit the ground running, right back to normal again. But yeah, definitely not something I want to do twice. The store is called B-Sides, vintage clothing store, obviously in Millvale, 214 Grant Ave. The website is www.bsidesvintage.com. It's always empty. I'm a little bit lazy. I have to get that fixed. But yeah, come shop.